Hello everybody, Marina White Raven here. Hopefully it's the right way up. Welcome everybody. I'm sure you'll let me know, and I'm sure I'll find out if it's not the right way up. It's a bit dark today, so hopefully you can see me. Let's get going in a moment. I'm going to start on the dot of 12. Let's see. Anya, is it the right way up? Is it working? Okay. I'm quite far away so I can see a few people are joining. Yeah, good, lovely. Alice and Jane and Marge. Thank you for being here with me. Yeah, I feel like I'm with you, which is really nice. Let me just ding the bell just for a nice feeling. Yes. It's midday, so let's get going. We're going to start by sitting. So wherever you are, come to the floor. Sit cross-legged. If you need to sit on a cushion, if that's not comfortable for you, just sit on a cushion, or if you have blocks, that's also okay. As many as you need. We're going to start by opening up the chest, this whole chest area. So insert the fingers to begin. Breathing in through the nostrils, and as you breathe out, just extend the arms up. Really extend right up through the elbows, but keep a feeling of the shoulders coming down, so you've got lots of space. Keep the head facing forwards rather than looking up, so nice long neck and long spine. You should feel lots of extension through the midsection there. Breathing in is just breathing in, and breathing out is where you make that bit of effort. One more breath in, and breathing out, lower the arms down slowly. Good. Let's take the fingers in front of us now, interlink the fingers, and just take those hands forwards. The arms are going forward. So as that happens, let your head just drop down. So in a way, your hands are coming away from your chest, and the chest is pulling back away from the hands. And the neck is just dropped so that we can really focus on expanding the space between the shoulder blades, the upper part of the back. And again, as you breathe in, really feel that you're expanding the space between the shoulder blades or in the center of the chest. And as you breathe out, just make that effort, extending the arms or the hands away from the chest, and imagining the middle of your back is pulling back behind you. Good. Breathe deeply. One more breath in. And release the arms, release. And you probably feel like you want to do the front side now to level it up. That's what I certainly want to do. So interlink the fingers behind your back. Breathing into the chest, and on the out breath, take the arms back. So the shoulders are going back and the chest is going forward. So we've got these two opposing forces, if you like. But keep the neck nice and long. That means rather than looking up, you're kind of looking on the ground in front of you. Keep breathing deeply. So breathing in and out through the nostrils. Breathe in. Just fill the body with air, or fill the chest with air. And as you breathe out, just take those arms back. And if you want to, if you've got a bit more space, you can always lift the arms behind you slightly. One more breath in and release. Okay, let's come into a twist now. When we're doing anything with the spine, bending forwards, backward, twisting, most important is first of all we lengthen. So I'm going to show you how you're going to do that. Take the right hand, put it on the left knee, take the left hand behind you, and it's quite close to your back. So rather than having it leaning back like this, our back's sort of not upright. So if you can, even if you're on your fingertips, get that forearm connected with your back so you feel that support there. Left hand on the left, or right hand on the left knee. So first of all, before you start looking behind you, breathe in and lift and lengthen. Feel that support in the abdominals, lifting the chest, keep the shoulders down, and then start to twist. But have a feeling with as if the belly is coming around to the left, and then the ribs. Take another breath in, lengthen. And then as if the left shoulder is coming back around. And then finally, when there's nothing else can twist, then your head twists around behind you. Every in-breath, keep lengthening, keep lifting the chest. Every out-breath, just twisting a little deeper without pushing or forcing. The eyes are coming around to the left, and the nose. Keep dropping the shoulders, long neck, head on top of the body. Good. One more breath in. And release back to the front. Oh, twisting feels so energizing. Good. Good. Take the right hand behind you, fingertips. Remember to keep that hand quite near to your back, maybe even making contact with the arm and the back. Left hand on the right knee, breathing in, lift the chest. Keep the shoulders down. Now think about the belly coming around to the right. Keep facing forward. Breathe in again, lengthen the spine. Then think about the ribs and the shoulder, and finally the head twists around. Most of this twist will be happening in the upper part of the body, really. So make that really strong in the chest, breathing in. Opening up that chest cavity, breathing out, twisting around a little deeper. Good. One more breath in. And release to the front. Good. Let's just do a little bit of a side stretch. So we're really working on this whole torso area, particularly the chest. And I think this area, you know, gets very kind of constricted, and it's also, you know, we want to open our hearts rather than be kind of in this constricted, fearful place. So this will counteract that. Put the left hand down on the left side. Breathing in, extend up through the right side. Lengthen, feel that length in the whole side, and then breathing out, bringing the arm over the body. And as you bring the arm over the body, you can bend into that left elbow. And if it's okay for your neck, look up at the ceiling there. Try and keep both sitting bones down, both buttocks down. And just lean and breathe. Breathing in is just breathing in, fill the body with air, and then breathing out where you make that bit of effort. Don't go too far. Breathing in all the way up, and breathing out, lower that arm down slowly. Good. Put the right hand down, spread those fingers wide. Breathing in, looking and watching that left arm as it reaches up to the ceiling, right into the fingertips, and as you breathe out, reaching over the body. You can look up on the inside of that arm, if your neck is okay with that. That will encourage you not to let the arm flop forwards. Bending into that right elbow, keeping both sitting bones down. Enjoy that expansion. You're creating space in the body. Good. Breathe deeply. Breathing in, lift the arm up. Breathing out, lower the arm down. Good. Let's take the hands in front of you. I hope, it doesn't matter if you can't see my hands, you get the idea here. So, take the arms forward as far as you can. It might be that your hands are just in front of you, and that's fine. But just, it depends on how open you are on the hips and how your back is, but just walk your hands as far forward as you can go, and when you've got that point, anchor your hands there, and then you're going to just drop the head down, and imagine you're just driving your base of your spine into the earth behind there, so we're really extending and lengthening the back body there. Use your breath, breathing in deeply, like as if you're filling your back ribs, your wings, where your wings would be. As you breathe in, as you breathe out, just imagine you're taking the sitting bones and driving them into the ground. Good. Now just walk the hands back up to the body. We're going to do the other way. So we've just done come forward, so we're doing the opposite. Take the hands behind you, as far behind as you feel comfortable. Fingers are pointing forwards. As you breathe in, lift the chest. Yeah. You don't need to throw your head back dramatically. You can just keep your neck straight and you can just lift your gaze to the ceiling. But think about the shoulders going back. We get very constricted in this area across the chest, probably because we're doing a lot of things like driving, a lot of modern life things, and working on a laptop. So it's really important to counteract that round shoulderedness by lifting and opening the chest. And breathe out. Great. So we're going to now come onto all fours in our tabletop position. Hopefully you're starting to feel a bit more open here. And let's work with some opposites. Okay, so on the in-breath, you're going to lift the right hand and the left leg. So opposites. Oh, I've got the sofa in the way. Breathing in. And actually change where you're looking as well, so it helps your balance. Breathing out, or to improve your balance, bring your hand and knee down. So on the in-breath, you swap. So the left hand and the right leg. Breathing in, look forwards, and breathing out, lower down. This is going to help with that coordination, connecting the body with the brain. Make sure with the hands that you're keeping the hands connected with the ground. That might sound strange. I mean, keep the whole hand connected with the ground. So spread the fingers wide. And if it feels difficult for your balance, then just keep looking down the whole time. But if you like to challenge yourself, change where you look, change your perspective. Breathing in, look forwards. Breathing out, come down. Just do this in time with your breath. But it's key, what's interesting here, what makes it more interesting, is to extend on the in-breath. Fingertip to toe. If you prefer, you can push your heel back. That's up to you. And then breathing out, come down. So make this a long in-breath. Extending and breathing out. Another little tip is try not to lock that elbow. It's tempting just to lock the elbow, but instead soften the elbow and use the strength in the arm. You know, you're using your whole arm. If you lock your elbow up, everything is kind of not working and not connected. It's disconnected. And it's also putting too much pressure on your elbow. Breathing in, look forwards, breathing out, change the gaze. Whole body is getting involved here, particularly if you get this lovely extension. So it's like a lovely diagonal across the body. One more either side. In breath through the nostrils, out breath through the nostrils. Coordinating the movement to the breath. And when you come down, bring the hand down. We're just going to do a little, again, working with the upper back. This is a fantastic, often, you know, I can definitely get little twinges in my upper back, and this is one of my favourite little space creators. I prefer that to stretch. So I put the back of the right hand on the ground, breathe in, and on the out breath, slide that hand away, and then let the head come down to the ground. If that feels too much, you can put a cushion here and put your head on that cushion, or if you have a block, you can do that as well. But I find most people are okay with this pretty much, but just see how you go with that. But you use props if you need to. Breathe in, and just relax into this if you can. And you can relax that elbow if you want to. We're trying to create space, again, between the shoulder blades and the upper back. And we're doing this passively, just using the weight of the body, gravity and the breath. The breath is everything. Breathing in and breathing out. Just give it a few breaths. The body takes time to respond. You know, I know sometimes, you know, what I'm teaching is kind of slow compared to a lot of this kind of hot, fast, busy, you know, kind of yoga practice that seems popular. So I think everything in life can be improved by slowing down. So, you know, I don't know what you think. On the in-breath, come up again to all fours. Notice the difference between the sides. I can feel that. Put the back of the left hand on the ground, breathing in, and slide that hand away. Slowly come down to the side of the head, just rest there. Make sure there's nothing kind of, if it feels, you know, uncomfortable, make it comfortable. This should be fairly comfortable, this position. Sorry, I'm facing away from you. So breathe, breathe, breathe. Breathe so you're really breathing into the space between the shoulder blades there. Breathe deeply. Again, you know, you can use a cushion there if you need to. If it doesn't feel comfortable, make it comfortable. And also in this position, you'll find your breath is slightly constricted. So you can feel the breath almost creating more space for you. So reach into that space. Good. Coming up on the in-breath, use the in-breath to help you up. It's much nicer. Now I feel a bit more even now. So we're going to just sit back briefly, just so we can get a good distance for our arms forwards. We're going to come into a downward dog, maybe do a little bit of leg extensions. With downward dog, you know, sometimes I forget to say come out of it when you need to, but please do. Don't, you know, you can always come up and down, because that's actually quite energy sapping sometimes, but it can be energy making. But when you're not used to it, it can be quite strong. So bring your forehead to the ground. Really think about your tailbone driving back to your ankles. And breathe deeply. This is where we take a nice sigh out through the mouth. Good. So from here, spread the fingers wide. Get them ready to come up into a downward dog. Come up onto all fours. You've got a good distance here. It should be about right for us now. Not in a tabletop, but it slightly more forwards with the hands. Now tuck there's space between the knees, about hips width, so that when you tuck your toes under and lift your knees off the ground, your feet are about hips width apart, rather than too wide or right close together. So to start off with, as we did before, knees slightly bent, so you can really think about getting the length in your back. But try not to lift the bottom too much. You want to keep it slightly tucked in there. So long through the back, keep the tummy tucked in, you're breathing into the chest, keep the elbows slightly soft, spread the fingers wide, and really pressing into the base of the first finger and the thumb. That's where you really want to put that emphasis. If you want to just pedal a little bit, bringing the right heel down, bending the left knee, you can enjoy that a little bit. So the head is coming down towards the ground. See a lot of beginners, they're looking at their hands. So if you're looking back at your feet, you're already onto a winner there. Breathe. And then see if you can just start to straighten the legs. Those of you who are more practiced, you really might want to think about, slowly bringing those heels down. But if you've got very tight hamstrings, just soften the knees slightly so you can think about your back getting long first of all. And then gradually your hamstrings will respond. It's really like magic. When you do this regularly, your body will remember it. Let's come back down to the knees again. Sit back into the heels. Just rest into the swan pose or extended child. Just take a rest there. Breathe in. Breathe out through the mouth. Notice how your body is feeling. Notice how it feels, the impact of your efforts. Then come back up to all fours. Again, we're going to come back into downward dog. We're going to do some leg lifts, but please rest if you need to. Tuck the toes under, coming up. Good, so we're back in downward dog. I'll take a tiny side step with that left foot, so it's more or less central, so we're more in a tripod here. And then I'm going to lift the right leg and give that a good extension. Now you've got choices here. You can either do some, if you're feeling like, I want something strong, then you can do some leg extensions, not even touching the ground with the foot. Okay, so that's one thing you can do if you're feeling strong. You can do maybe 3 or 4 one side and change over. Or you can lift the leg and lower it down, and then change legs. And whenever you want to, come back down onto your knees and rest. So I'm just going to give you some options so you can do these leg lifts. This is all, kind of strong, but I'm just giving you options. It's not better or worse. Just do what you want to. If you want to come back down to your knees and rest, come back, and then you can come back again. Just keep your hands where they are, and then you've got the right distance. So, yeah, you have those choices. I'll just still demonstrate. If you want to keep that leg off the ground, have a stronger impact, you can extend, and then bring the knee in. Okay. Some people like to extend and look at the hands. That's just my instinct, what I tend to do. That's why I'm doing that, but you don't have to if you don't want to. So, making sure you've worked on both legs. If you're still working, lifting and lowering, lifting on the in-breath, lowering on the out-breath, if we're doing these big lifts. And then again, we'll all return, if you're not already there, back into the swan or extended child. So the swan is with the arms forward, or extended child sometimes it's called, and sometimes it feels really nice just to sweep the arms back into the pose of the child and rest the forehead on the ground, or the back of the hands. That's also an option. Or you can, if your head doesn't reach your hands, you can always put some cushions there. Most important is you have contact. The forehead has contact with something, the ground, a pillow, a block, something. And again, you can also put pillows here if your bottom isn't quite reaching your ankles yet. It will if you practice. Practice every day. And breathe. Good. Let's just take the hands forward. We're going to do one more downward dog, but only really as a transition to come to standing. So, arms stretch forward, fingers spread wide, breathe in, come up onto all fours. Breathe out. Breathe in, tuck the toes under. Breathe out, lift the knees off the ground. Come into downward dog. Then we're going to just walk the feet towards the hands. Bend the knees. Ragdoll. Let the body hang. Let the head hang. Relax the neck. Take a breath in through the nostrils. Sigh out through the mouth. Just enjoy that feeling. As many
many of these as you need to do. Keep the knees bent, the upper body is hanging. Don't forget you've got the option of putting your elbows on your knees if it feels like too much. You know, if you're a beginner, you're not used to doing this, that can feel like a lot of weight is hanging forward. So make it easier for yourself. You can even rest your body on a chair or something if it feels like there's too much weight going forwards. But just rest. Feel the weight of your upper body. Give it some space to breathe. Good. We're going to lift now, keeping the knees bent. We're going to lift from the base of the spine. Leave the arms hanging forward. Leave the head hanging forward. Slowly unfurl. Keep breathing in and out the whole time as you unfurl. It's like a little flower. Unfurling. Letting the shoulders come back, lifting up the body. Good. We're standing. Great. Okay, so let's just lift the shoulders up, breathe in. Little tension, release that out through the mouth. Yeah, good. And try that again, breathing in. Squeeze, 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 and out through the mouth. Good. Let's try it again, breathing in. Out through the mouth. Good. I'm going to do some whole arm circles, but we're going to start gradually. I kind of like to sometimes sneak up on myself. If I start doing big arm circles, I'm like, oh, I'm tired. Whereas if I sneak up on my body, then it works better for me. So I start just by lifting the shoulders, rotating them round, keeping the knees nice and soft. It's like I like to have the knees join in a little bit, otherwise it just feels like, what about me? So the knees bend with you. And then gradually you lift your elbows. Elbows are lifting up, breathing with this. Keeping that lovely open chest that we've worked on already. And then gradually, as if by magic, the arms are just wanting to get higher and higher until finally you've got these lovely big arm circles. Big arm circles. Breathing in, look up, open the palms. It's like big, almost like a big sunshine, opening the body to the day. Good. I like to just open my hands up out in circles. Breathing in. And breathing out. And then just let the arms swing a little bit. Let's go the other way, so same thing but other way. Just lifting the elbows. I find, because there's so much tension often gathered in the shoulders and the neck and upper back, by doing arm circles, it frees that up. And when you release tension, energy is like flowing, and you'll find, wow, where did all this energy come from? We often think we have to try and get energy into our body. Find things to get energy into our body, whereas actually, just from removing the obstacles, there's lots of energy just flowing all the time. So I'm being a bit slow here. Gradually your arms come up, full circles. This is like, and keep the knees bending a little bit so the whole body is active and involved and connected. Looking up as you're breathing. This is a bit like diving in. Diving into the ocean, diving into the day. And just let that stop for a minute. Let's do a half breath. I was doing these yesterday. Good releasing of tension again, which is one of the primary reasons or benefits from doing a physical practice, yoga practice, is release of tension. Feet hips width apart, breathing in, lift the arms up. In breath, through the nostrils, strong, look up, and out breath, bend the knees and release everything. Let the arms swing heavily down. And do this in your own time. Breathing in, strong in breath, release everything with a big ha. And you can make lots of noise as well. Enjoy that release. Nice big in breath. You want to get all the breath out of your body on that ha, so that when you breathe in, it's like a fresh new in breath. Like springtime. In breath. And then out, everything. Let's do one more just for luck. Breathing in. And then out. Good. Let's just lively up the legs a little bit, as we've been doing. We did this yesterday. Bring the hands on the hip. Bring the heel to the buttock. Yeah. And then bring the knees up. Get nice and high. Good. If you feel that you're getting Jaw's getting tense. Just smile. It's easy, right? And let's take the eggs out, the eggs out to the side and the legs out to the side. Legs out to the side. So we're opening up the side of the hip. It feels good to do that. Breathe all the time, breathing in and out through the nostrils. Good. And then we're going to just open that hip up. I love these. These just feel really, when I first do it, I think, oh, that hip's a little bit stiff. And then a few seconds later, it just feels like fluid and there's ease brought into the body. Movement. I can't remember who said it, but I've been saying it a lot lately to my students. Motion is lotion. Motion is lotion. It's kind of silly, but you remember it. And that's the important thing. Remembering these things. So I think we're ready to do some standing postures. Now we're a bit limbered. Hopefully our chest is nice and open. So I'm going to start with triangle, because we've been doing this, so hopefully this is going to start, if you've been doing this with me the last couple of days, it's going to start feeling a bit easier, let's hope. Feet hips width apart, bring the hands together. Let's just notice where our mind is. Where is your mind right now? How is your breath? Let it settle. Breath coming in and out through the nostrils. Put the weight on the left foot. Let's step back with the right. About one of your leg lengths here. Square the hips to the long edge of the mat. Breathing in, lift the arms up. Lift the chest. Breathing out, bring the arms down to shoulder height. Breathing in. Open the chest. Breathing out, look down the left arm. Extend over to the left as far as you can. Then down. And as that happens, the right arm lifts up into the sky and extends right into the fingertips. Back or front of the hand on the lower part of the leg. Keep the right hip back. Keep it nice and strong there. Notice if you're locking your knees. It's really easy for that to happen. And unlock them. It's not a bent knee. It's also not a locked knee. It's a straight leg. Lift the toes and place them down, even if it's just to distract you. Breathe deeply. It's like letting that right shoulder almost sit back and away from the ear. Good. Breathe. Dig deep with your breath. Use your in-breath to lift back up. Lower your arms down on the out-breath. Bend into the right knee. Bring yourself back to the front of the mat. Good. Notice how you feel. I'm going to change ends just so you can see, so I can see. You can see me rather than having my back to you. Again, back to the front. Put the weight, transition the weight into the right foot and take the left foot back. Big step. Right angles with the feet. Square the hips. Breathing in, lift the arms up. Lift the chest, long in the body. Bring the arms down to shoulder height. Breathing in. Open the chest, open the hands if you want to. And reaching over to the right and down. Connect with the lower leg with that right hand. Reaching up with the left, right into the fingertips. As if you're reaching not just to the ceiling, but beyond the ceiling. Into space. We're reaching into space, creating space here. It's almost like, rather than leaning on that lower leg, it's like pushing against it so you can open your chest to the ceiling. There's a little bit of a twist in this, you know. And just make sure, just check you're not leaning too far down and coming out, and then your shoulders flopping forwards, and it just feels horrible for your spine. Rather than being, imagine you're between two panes of glass. Maybe that helps, I don't know. Use your in-breath to come back up. Lower the arms on the out-breath. Bend into the left knee, bring yourself back to the front of the mat. Just take a moment there. Adjust your trousers. Good. Breathing in, breathing out. Just take a moment. We're going to now come into another standing posture, Warrior 2, Virabhadrasana 2. So check your feet, lift your toes, place them down. It's always good to take some attention into the feet. Takes our attention away from our busy minds. Put the weight into the left foot. Bigger step, much bigger. And if you can't do it in one step, that's all right. Just do it in a couple of steps. And the foot angles, it's not as strong an angle as the back foot. It's more pointing forwards, forwards being the front of your mat. Square the hips to a long edge of the mat. Breathing in. Breathing out. Bring the arms down to shoulder height. Breathing in. Expand between the fingertips. Breathing out, looking down that left arm with purpose. You're bending that left knee, it's going in line with your toes, at the same time pushing back with that right heel. Strong legs, open hips, real purpose, but also real stability. So if you're leaning too far forward, it's not stable, it's not a warrior. So a lot of more emphasis needs to go on that back foot than you think. Arms are level, you might want to just check down your back arm because your arm might have gone, ooh. So really think about this extension. If you're holding your arms here, it's kind of boring. But extension, energy, good. Come up on the in-breath, lower the arms on the out-breath. Bend into that right knee and bring yourself back to the front of the mat. Beautiful, good. So, we're going to do the other side now, put the weight into the right foot, step back with the left, big step. Square the hips to the long edge, breathing in, lift the arms up. Breathing out, bring the arms down to shoulder height. Breathing in, extend, fingertip to fingertip. Breathing out, look down that right arm and beyond the fingertips as that right knee goes forward. Put some strength into that back heel, the back foot, the whole outside edge of that back leg. Buttock is strong. So you've got this strong, stable ground behind you. And then so you can sink down. Body is upright. You can sink down there. Making sure the knee does never go further than above the ankle. That's a good position. Good. And make sure that the knee is going in the same direction as the toes. If you're finding it's too strong an angle, just change the position of your foot. Better than having this either sinking down or you're really overstretching the inside of that knee. You don't want to do that. Come up on the in-breath. Lower the arms on the out-breath, slowly with that out-breath. Bend into that left knee and bring yourself back to the front of the mat. Give the legs a little shake. Let's come down to a little squat. Remembering if you want to use a cushion, I'll just keep that there so in case you need it. In case you need it. Here you are, cushion. So we're coming down to a squat. Give it a try, even if it's something you never do anymore. You probably did it you definitely did it when you were a kid. Look at this position, it's like typical what a child does. If you want to know how to do yoga, just watch a child, watch a baby. That's a proper yogi. But if your heels are off the ground, some people will be like this, rather than being kind of precarious, just put a cushion, a couple of cushions under the heels so that you can just rest your body forwards, let the head relax, and just feel that release in your hips. You can also, if that feels too strong, some people that's too strong on their knees, you can always just come onto a chair or whatever it is, table, and just feel that sense of sitting back but holding on to something. Again, that's a good release for the hips. This will improve over time. If you want to, some people like to just push their elbows into the inside of their knees, so you can bring in palms together. You can practice this as well if you feel like, I just want to get a little bit more openness in my hips, but that's up to you. Relax the back of the neck. Breathe in through the nostrils, sigh out through the mouth. Put the weight into the hands, push up into ragdoll, so it's a floppy forward bend, knees are bent, body is hanging forwards. So everything from the base of the spine upwards from the body is just completely zeroed out, hanging. Legs have to work quite hard, so when you bend your knees, it makes your thighs work. Breathe in through your nostrils, sigh out through your mouth. Now lift from the base of the spine. Imagine just each little vertebrae is getting its moment to lift. Leave the head hanging forwards, leave the arms hanging forwards. Keep the knees bent as long as you can. You keep your knees bent the whole time. You can have this little ripple goes up through your body. The thighs go forward, the hips, the chest, and the shoulders sink back, the head lifts up. Let's just take a moment here, standing in Tadasana, the mountain. One of my most favourite poses. So the feet are hips width apart. Remember your hip joint, knee joint, ankle joint in line. Don't worry about this distance, it's not important. Lift the toes up, place them down. Feet are parallel as well. Just checking them. Just take a look at your feet. And just Just enjoy that feeling of connection with whatever you're standing on, the ground, the floor, the mat, the carpet. Feeling that sense of stability and support from the ground. Really important. And from this, come sideways so you can see. Soften the knees. If you have a habit of locking your knees, unlearn that habit. And the way to unlearn it is just to keep paying attention to it. Soften the knees. And have a think about this position of your pelvis here. If you have this habit to stick your bottom out, then this isn't really working and you're going to be like putting a lot of pressure on your lower vertebrae. So instead, it's not pushing the hips forward either, it's just a kind of pelvic tilt. So just have a little play with that little pelvic bowl if you like. You can just tilt that back and forth. You can even put your hands like I am doing here. Whatever, it actually feels really nice. So I think things that feel good is it encourages us to practice more. So there's a feeling here for good posture or for Tadasana is pointing the tailbone down. Notice when you do that, my abdominals engage to support the lower back. Front of my thighs are working, so I don't have to do all this kind of thing. Now we stand like this a lot, keep having to change over and go up. But whereas if you soften your knees and find a good position for your pelvis, you could stand for a very long time like this. So from this nice, firm, supported, stable base, all of the leg part right up to the waist is really organised. Then you can think about lifting the chest, lengthening, lowering the shoulders down, and keeping the head on top of the body rather than forward. So the chin is slightly tucked in, lengthening up through the body. Dropping the shoulders down, so the chest is lifting up, and the shoulders are dropping down away. There's almost a feeling of the fingers extending down towards the ground there. Tadasana. And then just let it soften a little bit. And if you feel confident, just close your eyes for a moment in Tadasana. And feel your feet on the ground. Feel the top of your head is open to the skies. Feel the sense of your whole being, your whole self. Standing. Upright, open, receptive. There's a beautiful receptive quality I find in Tadasana. It's like I'm the centre of my universe and everything's moving around me and I'm receiving everything that's coming to me. Good. And just open your eyes and relax. Have that almost as a little recording in your body of good posture. Let's come into a balance. We're going to come into tree balance. So put some weight onto the left foot and remembering you've got choices here. The right foot can be the toes on the ground. This knee is out the side for the opening of the hip, or on the calf, or high on the inside thigh, whichever you prefer. Making sure you're not gripping with the toes. Lift the chest, long in the body, lots of length here. Now breathing in, lift the arms up, bring the palms together, and then bring the hands to the heart centre. Just noticing it's the problems of the technology. Low battery. I hope we last till the end. If we don't, sorry about that. I will try and rectify that problem. Pressing the palms together, but keep the chest lifted long in that torso. Open that hip to the side, or wherever your foot is, but not on the knee. This is the place we don't want that foot. Ungrip your toes. Keep your breath moving in and out all the time. Keep your focus with your eyes. Now to come out, we're going to breathe in, lift the arms up. Breathing out, lower the arms down. And just lift that knee. Give it a little squeeze. And lower it down slowly if you can, with a bit of poise. Beautiful. You want to shake your legs, give them a little shake. And then bring the weight onto the right foot. Take some time to find that balance. Breathe. Find a point of focus for your eyes. And choose your foot position. Okay. Whichever you prefer. You hold on to a wall or something if you need to as well. You know, it's really important that you don't think it's lesser than. Just because you're not doing this that I'm doing, it's not lesser. You're working where you're at. And wobbling is good, as I'm demonstrating. Breathing in, lift the arms up, bring the palms together, and then bring them to the heart centre. Pressing the palms together. Feel a sense of evenness, one pressing towards the other and finding that balance point where they're both pressing evenly. This knees coming out to the side, lifting the chest. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Ungrip your toes. Feel your foot. Feel the roots going down from the sole of the foot like a tree into the earth. You're supported. You're rooted. Use your in-breath to lift your arms up. Lower the arms on the out-breath. Give that knee a little squeeze. And lower that leg down nice and smoothly. Give the legs a little shake. I'm just going to use low power mode. I hope that doesn't affect anything. And it's also annoying because it's in my screen. Sorry about that. Okay. So, let's just take a little breath here. We're going to do our gratitude prayer, as I've been doing. I like to include this. So just relaxed legs, breathing in, lift the arms up, bring the palms together. Look up at the hands and bring the hands into the heart centre. And we're just going to practice this beautiful universal or gratitude prayer. Breathing out, bring the hands to the heart centre. This on its own is a great practice. Breathing in and breathing out. Keep the breath in and out of the nostrils. Move in time with your breath. You can do this as slow as you like. Slow is good. Slow is great. Right? And think about all the things you feel grateful for today in this moment. I'm really grateful for you being here with me. It just has been lifting and elevating my mood every day in these kind of challenging times. And that's absolutely essential. Where we keep our heads, where we cultivate, open-heartedness and a balanced mind. It takes work, it takes effort. It's really worth making that effort though, just sitting quietly every day, doing your yoga and sharing that with other people. What do I feel grateful for? Remember to really think about the feeling that goes with those things you are grateful for. And then think about, what do I need today? And let's just scoop that up and draw that into your being, into your body, with your breath. What do you need? Reach out and ask for everything that you need. There is an abundance. Good. Reach out, and bring that into your body. This funny thought. What do I need today? Toilet rolls, porridge oats. You never know, it's worth asking. You never know, it could just suddenly appear like magic. Bring your hands together, just let that rest, close your eyes. Just let the thumbs just press gently into the heart space. Close your eyes, feel your feet on the ground. So feel the whole of yourself, feet on the ground. I am a physical, embodied being. I am an open-hearted being. Just notice how you feel. Where is your mind? Where are you choosing to place your attention? Just feel your heart space right in your centre, the human centre. How does it feel today? How does your heart feel? Good. And release. So let's do our half sun salutes. So standing with your feet hips width apart. We did this the other day. I'm just going to stand here, there's a bit more space for me. Breathing in, lift the arms up. Look up. Breathing out, bring the hands down. Knees are bent. Chest and chin is forward. Fingertips touch the ground. Now you straighten the legs. Bring the hands onto the shins just below the knees. Straight back, straight legs, straight arms. Breathing out, forward bend with straight legs. Look at the toes there. Bend the knees a lot. Breathing in. Lift the gaze. Lift the hands. Inhale strongly to bring yourself back up, and then breathing out, lower the arms down. That's one round. We're going to do that a few times. Breathing in all the way up. Breathing out, arms coming down, chest is coming forward, knees are bent, fingertips touch the ground, look at the floor. Breathing in, look forwards. Hands on the shins below the knees, strong belly. Forward bend, straight legs. Bend the knees a lot. Breathing in all the way up. Look up. breathing out, bring the hands down. Focusing mostly on your breath. This is all about your breath. Breathing in all the way up. Look up, breathing out. Bend the knees, face is coming forwards, fingertips touch the ground. Breathing in, straighten the legs. Look forward, straight back, arms and legs. Forward bend, straight legs. Bend the knees a lot. Breathing in, lift the gaze. Open up, reach up. Breathe out. Keep the breath in and out of the nostrils. Breathing in all the way up. Breathing out, bend the knees. Dive down. Fingertips. Breathing in, straighten the legs, arms back. Look forwards, chest forwards. Breathing out, forward bend. Bend the knees a lot. Breathing in all the way up. Arms coming down, palms coming down on the out breath. Breathing in all the way up. Breathing out, knees are bent, fingers touching the ground. Breathing in, hands on the shins below the knees. And breathing out, forward bend. Look at the toes there. Bend the knees a lot. Breathing in all the way up. And breathing out, hands come down. Let's make this the last one. Breathing in all the way up. Look up, breathing out. Face is coming forwards, fingertips are coming down to the ground. Look at the toes. Breathing in, straighten the arms, back, legs. Hands on the shins, just below the knees. It's like you're pushing off the legs. And then going into a forward bend. We're going to stay here for a few breaths. So, the key to this forward bend, standing forward bend, is rather than just flopping forwards and looking at the space between your legs or your knees, you're keeping the gaze on the big toes there and imagining there's also a big eye in the middle of your chest who wants to see the toes. So that's coming down towards the toes, and imagine that the tail wants to lift up in the opposite direction. So these 2 points moving away from each other in space. Whatever you're doing, make sure you have a connection with the ground. If you're just hanging there, it can feel a bit dispiriting. So bend the knees as much as you need to make contact with the ground, even if it's just your fingertips. And if you really are finding that difficult, have something, blocks or something that you can make contact with on the ground there. Or off the ground if you like. Notice where the weight is in your feet. Good. Okay. So we're going to come down to the ground from here, but actually, before we do that, we're just going to come into a little squat. So this can be a bit tricky, but just give it a bit of a moment. Put the weight now onto the right foot and just send that left foot back. I mean, this might be a few steps. You might be able to do it in one big step for a big lunge. It might be a few, but you do need to have that foot quite far back, because if it's too close, you're not going to get the lunge and it's going to feel actually a bit uncomfortable. So we're trying to keep that. If that feels too much, you can always let that knee come onto the ground already. But you're pushing that left heel away. You can rest your body on your thigh here and have the hands either side of that foot. Really pushing that left heel back. Imagine the strength of that thigh is holding onto that thigh bone. Okay, we're going to bring that left knee down. And let's see how this is. If that knee is not happy on the ground there, you can always roll the mat up or put a blanket underneath the knee to support it, because sometimes that can feel a bit sharp. If it's a bit uncomfortable, go with it, because that's going to be developing a bit of stability and strength there. Now here, widen that stance if it feels a bit wobbly. Breathing in, lift the arms up. Whoops. Breathing out, just taking the groin forwards. So as the knee bends, at the same time you're taking your hands backwards. Have the hands together if you want to. So we're getting this lovely crescent moon back bend. Okay. Not going to stay there too long. We're going to bring the hands to the ground. And this is where we're going to come into a plank. So get ready for this, folks. Give it a try. So you're going to lift that left knee off the ground and send that right foot back. Now the plank is not with the face above the hands and the bottom in the air. It's with the chest above the hands. Please come down to the ground if you're feeling this is too strong. Rest. You know, you can always try it again another time. Now if you're feeling it really strong, you can use your arms to lower yourself down to the ground, or you can bring your knees down and lower yourself to the ground. Whatever you do, we're all going to end up on the front of our bodies here. I don't know if I'm still in the screen. I think I am. And then just rest. Oh yeah. I made it down to the ground. Phew. few releasing breaths. In through the nostrils, out through the mouth. Let's just do a little back bend while we're here. So we're going to just lift the head off the ground, in breath, and breathe out. Then lift the arms, and imagine your hands are wanting to reach to the back of the mat. So the chest is really lifted. And then finally, if you feel like you can, even if it's only a tiny bit, getting or a feeling of the legs lifting off the ground, that's a good start. But all the time thinking about the chest going forward, so you get a feeling of length and the arms are going back. We're flying. One more breath in and lower the body down. Rest on the other side of the head. And we're just going to go straight into a counter posture. So put the hands on the ground, walk the hands back, sit back into the heels. Just rest there for a moment. We've got the other side to do. I haven't forgotten. I do forget sometimes, but I didn't this time. Bring the forehead to the ground. Good. Just feel that release you're getting in the back there. Remembering you can widen your knees if you need more space. And you can always rest your head on the back of your hands there. Okay, so we're going to come up onto all fours. With the hands, keep the hands by the arm in front of you so you're getting this position for downward dog. We're not going to be in downward dog very long, it's only really as a transition. So tuck the toes under, lift the knees off the ground. Now we're going to look to the hands and we're going to take a step forward with the right foot to do the other side. So the key to this is putting all the weight onto that left hand and left foot. So there's hardly any weight on this hand, so you can step and bring that right foot forward. That's quite a strong manoeuvre, so don't worry if you don't get that exactly. It might be a few steps and you might even have to hoik your leg forward, but that's okay. So now we're going to the same positions, this lunge. Again, you need to have that back foot quite far away from this one. And we're not going to stay there too long, it's just to get a bit of space in the groin. Then bring the left knee down, coming up onto that knee. Again, you can pad that knee up, breathing in, lift the arms up. Palms together, so you're reaching back with those palms at the same time as the opposite direction. So the palms are going backwards and the knee is going forwards. So getting a lovely back bend there. And you can have that back toe tucked under if you prefer, or have the foot flat, either which way. Now we're going to bring the hands to the ground and we're going to take a step forward with the left foot. So you take the knee off the ground first and then just take a step or 2 steps forward. So we're back in this position and come into a ragdoll position. Let the body just hang. You might want to have a little slow swing there. If you're holding your elbows, it's kind of nice to swing. Keep the knees bent. Or you want to just walk around with your hands either around which way. It feels kind of interesting. Just be curious and interested about the body. That's the key. Curiosity. And then we're going to slowly bring the bottom to the ground, extend the legs out, bounce the knees up and down. Yeah, it feels nice to be sitting. We're going to slow everything down now. Bring the legs together. And we're going to extend the fingers towards the toes and slowly lie the body down. Slowly, slowly. Keep breathing in and out the whole time. This is just a good way to really just remember the abdominals. So challenge yourself, keep breathing and keep extending towards the toes, so you're really keeping that bit of focus on the abdominals. Very important abdominals because they support the lower back. And then let it all go. And that's another reason to do that slow bit of work rolling down, because when you do lie down, you feel straight away loads more relaxed. Breathe in and breathe out. Enjoy your breath. Let's just bend the knees and hug the knees. Give yourself a little treat there. Rock and roll. Whatever way feels good to you. You might want to make circles, hugging the hands on the knees. Or you might just want to rock side to side. You can rock, make quite big movements if that feels good to you. Or you can just make little movements. Just exploring the back of the pelvis and the lower lumbar area. Just enjoying your breath and your body. See how it feels. Place the soles of the feet on the ground. Let's get the feet, we'll do a few little line twists to slow everything down a little bit before we have a very short relaxation. So the feet are as wide as your mat, or wider than your hips. Take the arms out to the side, palms flat down. Breathe in. And on the out breath, let the knees just fall down to the right and the head goes over to the left. Use the in-breath to lift to centre, lift the knees to centre, lift the head to centre, and the out breath, the knees go down to the left and the head goes over to the right. So we're just moving with the breath. In-breath, lift the knees up, lift the head up. Out breath, knees come down to the right, head goes over to the left. And just follow your breath with this, nice and slow. Try and keep the movement really steady. These are great to do, if you're just wanting to start integrating this into your day other times, which I think is a great idea. This is a great thing to do before you go to sleep at night. You don't even need a mat. You can even do this in bed probably. But just going with your breath, and the breath is the key element. You could just swing your legs back and forth and that would be kind of okay, but it's just, without the breath it's not yoga really. Breath is our anchor, our aliveness. And it's a great thing to focus on because it's always moving, it's always present, and it's always interesting, it's always changing. It's a good indicator of how our mind is and where we're at. So, come to centre, slide the legs away. Give yourself a good extension just to finish. Extend the arms, point the toes. You might even want to just flex your feet a little bit back and forth, flex the ankles rather, pointing the toes and pushing the heels away just to get that feeling in your legs and free that up. And then we're just going to come into Shavasana. So put some space between your feet on the ground, let the feet fall out to the sides, let the arms be away from the body, palms facing the ceiling. Just lift the chest off the ground and then place the back down. Keep the chin slightly tucked in so the back of the neck is long. Close the eyes. Breathe in through the nostrils and sigh out through the mouth. Good. We've got a few minutes here on the ground now. Just if you're feeling a little bit cold, you'll cool down quite quickly actually. So it's a really good idea. You want to quickly grab something to put on. Put my top on actually. So please do that. So taking your focus inwards with your eyes closed. Notice how your body feels. Give yourself this time fully. It's really only going to be a couple of minutes, so you may as well just let all the other business, put it to one side. We're not pushing it away, we're just going, okay, I'll see to you later. I'll see to you later on. It's not going anywhere. All the things, the to-do lists, the worries, the concerns, the interesting little things that capture our attention. Let the thoughts come, let them go. And if it's particularly busy and you're particularly anxious at this time, acknowledge that. Don't try and push it away. Don't try and, there's no need trying to repress it, just accepting as much as we can. This is how I feel. And feeling it, where is it in the body? This for me is really useful, just noticing where is this in the body. Just feeling your body, feeling your body, feeling your breath in your body, feeling the ground beneath your body supporting you. The ground is always there to support you, even when you maybe don't feel supported. Just feel the ground. Let yourself drop. Let the body drop. Feel the body melt into that earth. And know that that earth is coming up to meet you, to hold you. Feel your breath is soft and easy, like a little baby. And feel that you're being held by this earth, like a little baby. Feel your breath moving in your body. See if you can
sense this present moment, body and breath held in this moment. Relax the whole body. So, if you're happy to stay in your relaxation, you can. And if you want to come around with me, you can just start to move your fingers and toes, start to move your body, start to deepen your breath, wake your body up. And if you're really wanting a longer relaxation, I will be offering a Yoga Nidra tomorrow. I'll do a Yoga Nidra which takes about half an hour, 30 minutes. But I'll do a little bit of body work before that, just to kind of ease us into that. So maybe it'll be a 45-minute session. So just some nice easy movement on the ground and then going into a Yoga Nidra. All you'll need for Yoga Nidra is something to lie on, the floor is fine, and a blanket to put over you, yeah, I mean, you don't need a cushion under your head unless your head is in this sort of position with your neck. Yeah, some of you might need a cushion underneath your head, but anyway, I'll be offering that tomorrow. So even if you've never done it before, you can do that. So for now, you can start to move your body. Maybe you might want to be hugging your knees. You might want to be just like stretching. Give yourself a full stretch on the ground, just coming around, coming to seated. I can't see you, so you can be doing whatever you want to do. So just rubbing the body. I'll just bring you around with me. This is why I like teaching, because I'm doing it myself, or I'm reminding myself of what we all already know, So appreciating this life, accepting this body as it is right now. Let's just rub the palms together now a little bit. We'll finish with our intention setting. So create lots of heat and energy between the palms of the hands. And we bring those hands to the heart center, close the eyes, and bring to mind your intention or resolve, positive affirmation, or in the Sanskrit, the word is sankalpa. And this can be a positively framed phrase or sentence. It might start with something like, I am or I can. But so rather than I mustn't do this anymore, or I'm going to stop that, it should be positively framed. This is important. So say those words to yourself, and if you're not sure, then I am love. That's a good sankalpa. You can say that to yourself. And take it deep into your heart, give it warmth, give it energy, and give it your attention. Your attention is precious, so you choose where you place your attention. You choose that. We don't have so much choice. We think we do, but we don't have so much choice. But I do believe we have choice over where we place our attention. So choose wisely. Don't give away your attention. Good. Give it a smile. Thank you so much. Namaste. It means so much to me to be with you, and please keep coming back and joining me. I really hope that this worked for you today, and I'm getting lots of advice on where to put the camera and how to do it better, and that's all gratefully received. So have a great day, stay in touch. I'm waving at the people who are waving. Hello Dawn, I can see your name there, and Louise Ballantyne, and Ada. Great, I'm glad you needed this, and I'm really happy to be here for you. So, and if you have any particular requests, I'm open to receiving those. Let's stay connected, right? Thank you so much. Have a great day. Bye.